Today we're talking about the house of Initio Parfums, and yes, we are ranking them. Yes, I have 6 fragrances from this house. This is a ranking I've been wanting to do, and this is a house that is newer to my collection, shall I say. I've known about Initios, I've sampled a ton of Initios and things, you all know that here on the channel, but these are the ones that are full bottle worthy in my collection, so we're gonna rank them today. Let's get on into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Lisa Maria here. Let's get on into lipstick of the day today, everyone, because we're feeling our cool tones again. Yes, and this is from the new MAC Nudes collection. This is the MAC Cool Teddy color that just came out. This is one of the true new colors in that collection. I did a video talking about nude lipsticks and things recently on the channel. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. Also, all beauty things on my face, as well as all the fragrances I talk about, will be in the description box below, as well as linked and tagged, so you do not have to ask questions about it. Next up, we have fragrance of the day, and since I'm in a blue mood and things, I went with a fragrance that's also kind of blue. At least the packaging is blue, and I've missed this one. This is my Bond No. 9's New York Nights, you all. I did a dedicated review on this fragrance, I want to say years ago at this point. This is an oldie but goodie, coffee, caramel type of scent, a whole bunch of other things in it. There's even like C notes in it, but this one is still good. Still good, a cold weather favorite. Again, check out the dedicated review on it. But again, fragrance of the day is Bond No. 9's New York Nights. And now let's get into ranking these Initio fragrances. In the number 6 spot, this one is a newer release. In fact, now that I look at the list, this is the newest of them all. It came out last year at the top of the year. When I said last year, 2024, yes. Still getting used to 2025, but yes, this was a 2024 release. And if you know, then you know. This is Narcotic Delight. Yes, well, with Initio Parfums, to be fair, all of the names are actually on the cap. You have to look at them up there. So like, for example, this is the Narcotic Delight one. It'll be up there because if you just look at this, you won't know what you have. But I kind of hate that, actually. I wish they would put the name, say like right here or something on the bottle, so at least when you're looking at it, you know what it is. Again, number 6 spot goes to Narcotic Delight, and I'm gonna tell you why. So we have notes, y'all, of cherry, cognac, we have vanilla in here, we have pink and black pepper, y'all, and we also have tobacco and Hedion. How this one was written up, I remember it was supposed to be their sexy take on cherry, their deep dark take on cherry. One thing about the house of Initio, everything has this dark and kind of carnal thing going on. It's very animalistic, very kind of, you know, sexual too, to be honest, but I kind of like it. Everything has a dark side. None of these are kind of like happy scents, so you gotta understand the mood of Initio. And Narcotic Delight is definitely that. This is a dark, moody cherry fragrance. The reason I have this one as the number 6 spot though is because, do I enjoy it? Yes, because yes, I did get a full size bottle of it. I had a sample of it first, so no, it was not a blind buy by no means. None of these were blind buys. I sampled them first. For me, I have to get past the opening of this scent to enjoy it, and I'm explaining what I mean. So the opening, it's like the pepper hits me in the nose, the black and the pink pepper hit me in the nose. When it comes to fragrances, I can do pink pepper more than I can do black pepper. Interesting enough, I enjoy black pepper on my food, but in a fragrance, it can be a little off-putting for me. It can almost make me sneeze. So I have to let this one dry down, say 10 to 15 minutes before I can actually enjoy it. And then I get the cherry note and things in it, the tobacco come through. Once I get past that, then I'm like, oh, okay, I do like this. So this one is more of a like, not a love, and it took me a minute to understand that. And the other thing I would also like to clarify about Narcotic Delight, a lot of people try to say that this one was going to be a cherry take on Side Effect. I am pleased to say they are not the same fragrance at all, with just one variance of a note. They are different scents. So I just want to go ahead and clear it up right now too. But alas, the number 6 spot, you all, goes to Narcotic Delight. In the number 5 spot, this is one, ooh, this one is a very acquired taste. Either you get it, and if you don't, you don't. There is no maybe with this one. I say that. This next one, you all, number 5 spot is Absolute Aphrodisiac. Yes, I remember when I got a sample of this one, because of how polarizing the reviews were in this one, I was like, I don't know how we're gonna feel about this. Sprayed it on. For me, Absolute Aphrodisiac was a little bit for a sniff. So this one is a love for sure. It's a different take on vanilla. This is not a gourmand girly vanilla. It's not your cupcake vanilla. It ain't that at all. In fact, it's an animalistic vanilla. So it has notes of white flowers, amber, vanilla, musk, and castoreum. Castoreum is the animalistic note that a lot of people do not like. I actually enjoy a good castoreum note from time to time, at least in here how Initio did it. But yes, for me, it's more of a vanilla scent and the white flowers. The castoreum in it gives it a different type of dry down, but in an interesting way. But now this isn't good girl vanilla. In fact, Absolute Aphrodisiac to me is a unisex vanilla straight down the middle. I really enjoy this one because of the fact it doesn't smell like every other Gourmand Girly Vanilla. This one is truly unique. And I like the fact that it's a polarizing scent because guess what? That means I'm not gonna smell it everywhere. So there's that. Kudos, Absolute Aphrodisiac, for being unique for sure. Especially when you have such a common note like vanilla is your main focus and you still made it different. That is hard to do these days. So I gotta give Initio their credit. So that is why Absolute Aphrodisiac goes in the number 5 spot on my ranking. In the number 4 spot, this one is a loved fragrance. In fact, when I went to Initio Parfums training, their brand rep literally told us that, hey, our number 1 scent is this one. So this one is number 4 for me. It's number 1 for the brand, but it's number 4 for me. And that goes to Atomic Rose. Yes, Atomic Rose. This was the scent I feel like that really blew up in Initio that made people get into the house. I feel like this was a lot of people's introduction to the scent, particularly for the ladies. That's my experience, whereas I feel like Oud for Greatness was the one for me, and that's just kind of how I saw it, how it played out over the years. But Atomic Rose, this one, she pretty. She pretty. This is one, y'all, I tried to talk myself out of liking this one. I was like, no, I don't want to like it. And it was because it was hyped up at the time. Let's be real, y'all. Things are hyped for a reason. That means it's good. People are enjoying it. At least it's mass appealing. Somewhere in there along those lines, that's the reason it's hyped, right? So with Atomic Rose, you all, we have bergamot, Bulgarian rose, we have Turkish rose, jasmine, vanilla, and Hedion in here. So this is a heavy rose forward scent is what it is. But this is a darker take on rose for sure. I get all the roses in here too. Then I also get the Hedion in here as well. But for me, there's also something in here that's a little bit tart as well. I feel like it's not listed because again, I'm looking at the official notes per Initio, but I feel like there's something tart in here giving this a little bit of a twang as well. And it's like, it's cool. I like it. Some days not so much, you know. But the other thing too about Atomic Rose and the reason it blew up and the reason I even cared to sample it in the first place is because for a lot of us, it smells extremely similar to this fragrance right here. This is Parfums de Marly Delina, which of course they are sister companies, Parfums de Marly and Initio. So that makes sense why there might be some overlap from time to time. Do they smell exactly alike? No. The main difference though is Delina is more sparkling and bright and happy for sure. And whereas Atomic Rose is a nighttime scent, a darker take, shall I say even more of a cold weather take on rose. So they are not the same. It's more so the thing of if you like the DNA but you want to go in a different direction, then I feel like you will enjoy Atomic Rose. And that's been my experience with it, and that's why I picked it up, because I love Delina, but I'm like, okay, I want something that's darker some days, so that's why I picked up Atomic Rose, and that was my reasoning for it. But alas, number 4, you all, goes to Initio's Atomic Rose. All right, top three. This one gets good and got hard too. So in the number 3 spot, you all, we have the one that started it all for me with the House of Initio. I got a sample of this fragrance in 2021 and it has lived rent-free in my head ever since. That's why I got a full-size bottle of it years later, because I had to stop denying myself of this fragrance, right? So you all, in the number 3 spot, we have Psychedelic Love. Psychedelic Love, to me, this is one of the most slept on Initio fragrances to me, because again, when it comes to the ladies, everybody talks about Atomic Rose, and don't get me wrong, she's cute, but again, she's not totally unique. She immediately smells like something that's already super popular already, so it's like she's good, but she's not great for that reason. Psychedelic Love though, this one, this is more kind of almost leaning summery rose for me, and because I know for one point, at least how they initially had it written up, they had ylang ylang in this scent. Now they currently have it written up as bergamot, rose, myrrh, vanilla, patchouli, heliotrope, and Hedion. But there's a creaminess in here, a satin feeling. The rose is in here, but it's not overly pronounced. The myrrh in here is pretty, but it's all well blended together. And most importantly, I smelled this in a random sample that came in an order that I ordered for something else, and this blew me away. If it was not for Psychedelic Love, I would not care about the House of Initio. So that's why this scent has a special place in my heart. It is the one that said, oh, this house really is worth talking about for me. And it's rich and dark. I have to mind my sprays with this one, especially in warmer weather, because woo, it will take me out. Another reason I like this scent too is because it reminds me of another one of my all-time favorite fragrances, but not exactly the same, and I'm gonna show you what that is. It reminds me a little bit, you all, of Tom Ford's Velvet Orchid. Yes, Velvet Orchid, people really don't talk about enough. Of course, when it comes to Black Orchid, that is an extremely polarizing fragrance. Either you love it or you hate it. However, Velvet Orchid, people don't talk about it as much, but this one is a lot easier of a wear to me. And most importantly, this one is more feminine too, whereas Black Orchid is truly unisex, femininity in a bottle. But this one is like a Psychedelic Love light to me. So this one, she's pretty, but I wanted something more beefed up in that same scent profile. So yes, Psychedelic Love to me is what I want. It's definitely the niche version for sure. More amped up, richer and thicker, and it goes in a darker direction. So that's another reason why I enjoy this scent, because hey, I love this one. Both of their bottles are purple actually, so hey, that's a whole thing. But yeah, Psychedelic Love, gorgeous, beautiful scent for the ladies, out of Initio, and extremely underrated in my opinion. All right, in the number 2 spot, woo! I'm still shocked I put this as number 2 over Psychedelic Love. That is like surprising, but hey, I've been reaching for it more. It just is what it is. In the number 2 spot, you all, Side Effect. Side Effect, Side Effect, Side Effect. Yes, this scent is hyped. I'm officially a part of the hype train. You all know this. I did this dedicated review and I told you all that. Side Effect is phenomenal. This one, yes. So you all, we have notes of cinnamon bark, rum, tobacco, and then we also have saffron, sandalwood, and hedione in here. Now this one, truly unique. Truly unique, and that's also another reason why I reach for it more say than the others, because like for example, the last 2, I could pick out 2 other scents that remind me of it, so I love them, but not as unique for that reason. I have nothing that smells like Side Effect to me. I have smelled other things, like I have cinnamon, I have other cinnamon and tobacco fragrances, of course, but nothing smells exactly like this to me. This scent is worth the hype. By the way, this one is unisex, because the guys love this one, the ladies, we love it too. 100% unisex. It's in that boozy category. This scent needed the rum, for sure. The rum in here helped to sweeten it up so it wouldn't be too masculine in my opinion, because without it, I'd be like, oh no, I can't wear this. But this is a fun, boozy scent that just smells like a good time in a bottle, and I'm down with it. So Side Effect, absolutely worth the hype. This one was not a love at first sniff. It took trying that sample 2 times, 3 times, coming back to it, playing in fragrance boutiques and everything with it. And then one day it just clicked and I was like, I want Side Effect. And then it got cold when fall hit and I was like, I keep reaching for this. Okay, I really like this. The proof is in the pudding. It's all about what you're reaching for. And for me, I reach for Side Effect. Like, yes. So Initio Parfums Side Effect is the number 2 spot on this ranking list. And now for the number 1 spot. This one, I'm still shocked that this is my favorite, but when I look back over which one of these I reach for the most, it's this one. This one was an it girl. This one was one of my absolute favorite fragrances for 2024. One of my most worn fragrances. It just was. Number 1, you all, goes to this one, Musk Therapy. Musk Therapy is worth the hype. It's worth the hype, because it's one thing for something just to be hyped up, then you buy it and then it just sits on your shelf. No, this one I purchased and I kept reaching for it and I kept wearing it. So that's the real deal for me. I remember when I got a sample of this, you all know when I did a sampling series, I tried it, I was like, okay, this one's real hype, let's see. Man, I sprayed that thing and I said, oh, okay. Love it first sniff, on board. So you all, we have notes of bergamot, mandarin, white magnolia, y'all. And then we have cassis, white sandalwood. We have white musk and we have rose musk in here. Which, I mean, it's gonna have a ton of musk in it with a name like Musk Therapy, right? This is the best fresh, woody, musky scent ever. It has a slight fruitiness in here because of the cassis in here. Whew. The musk in here, but then that sandalwood gives it a slight woody touch to it. And that's why the woodiness in it is what really helps it stick to the skin. This is one, normally freshies don't last, but this is one of the best, longest lasting freshies in my collection. And that's why I kept reaching for it. Oh, by the way, Musk Therapy is a certified compliment magnet. This one turned heads non-stop. This one was also a huge favorite of the head elf. Whenever I wore this one, he was like, oh yeah, I love that one. If I ever gave him like an option, okay, hey, help me pick out my scent of the day, I normally lay out like 3 scents in front of him, he'll smell them. He gonna always pick this one. If it's in the lineup, he's picking this one. So bonus points for that. It's head elf approved too. But yes, number one, you all, Musk Therapy. I have already done this dedicated review, so definitely check it out on the channel too if you haven't already. But this is number one. This is number one, and it makes me want to get more from this collection. I'm thinking about Rehab. I'm thinking about Paragon. But Musk Therapy is just that girl. She is. So all right, everyone, that wraps up my ranking of my Initio fragrances in my collection. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with my assessments, how I feel about them? Do you hate what I had to say? Do you disagree? It's okay. Fragrance is subjective. That's what makes it fun. Let me know your thoughts. Write it in the comment section below. I will read them and respond when I can. But until next time, elves, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.